Hello, I am going to show you how to optimize your LinkedIn profile. All right, let us dive in. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. You can see my screen. And what I want to do is walk you through from top to bottom things to look out for to cross-reference if you're doing this. So we have a high resolution headshot that is professional. No one else is in the background. And we have a banner image that clearly communicates what you do. If you are more artistic and you're a designer, maybe you can go ahead and have something kind of abstract or technological if you're a coder. If you're a business owner, a founder, go ahead and use that real estate to your advantage. Clearly articulate the company name. Ideally, the company name clearly states what you do. If not, then go ahead. In my case, public speaking coaching. That is what I help people with. Credibility markers, you can have some logos here. And bonus points is to have an arrow with a call to action. So you'll notice I did that below. So, have my name here. I maxed out the characters available to me with an SEO optimized headline here. So you'll notice helping purpose-driven founders speak with clarity, confidence, and credibility. Public speaking coach for founders, speaker and author, request a speaker one sheet audit. And then right down below here, request one sheet training. So there's that cohesion where you're inviting people to get something. It doesn't need to be a free gift. So in the case of this, there is a minimal fee for a speaker one sheet audit. But for people who are on the speaker circuit and they have a one sheet or they're being asked for a one sheet and they want to be sure that it's optimized, that will be money well spent. So I want to make that really accessible and easy for people to find. And of course, we also collect emails through that process. And as we go down below, we see some analytics. And now looking at the about, you want this to be you view. The issue that I see that people do is they talk about them. Hey, here's about me and my background. Here's about my accomplishments. Me, 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 me. No, 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 no. We want this to be about not me, you. We want this to be about your ideal customer. So speak to them. So you'll notice I start out with a bit about them and where they're at and what their desires are. Instead of speaking so much to pain, I like to speak to desires. And then I do share a little bit about me to give credibility, to let people know, okay, wait, you have these aspirations. And then that's where I come in because I can help you elevate to that next level as a speaker. And I clearly state how I support founders, strategic messaging, storytelling, coaching, confidence building, support, landing, and preparing for speaking opportunities. And then another affirmative statement of, whether you're new to speaking or ready to scale your impact, we can help you with that. And I add a couple ways to connect with links. So one is more coaching focused. The other is because I am still an active public speaker, if people would like to go ahead and book me to speak. And then for additional credibility, I have examples of past speaking engagements here, some awards. And you also have the option to fill out a services section where if people are looking for specific services, you can have that available if you fill that out. And you have the option of featuring certain posts on your profile. So in this case, I recently launched a small business networking breakfast. So I have that post pinned that has the evergreen link that people can sign up for. And then because I'm currently living in Austin, I do have a best connection events. And then my book, baby, is right here as well for people to know about that. And then a clip of me speaking and my Forbes press mention is there. And then you'll notice other posts from an event that I spoke at today, a collaboration partner where I conduct group coaching sessions. And I let that flow in. And you'll notice I do like my own posts. Go ahead and do that. Help the algorithm help you. And then when it comes to experience, I list, so go ahead and make a logo for yourself if you haven't already. I created this logo for myself and I chose the name Connects with Confidence. It's primarily public speaking coaching, but I also help public speakers build out their community to have more opportunities flow to them and have an opportunity to serve that community after the speech. And I list a couple of my clients here in both realms. And yeah, you can see that every one of these, as long as I can help it, has a logo attached. It does look more polished and professional versus that static gray image. And then you want to have your education. I don't think you need to put the year because you don't need to be concerned about ageism in one direction or another. You're too young, you're too old. The person, the hiring manager, or the person considering hiring you, they don't need to get caught up in that. It's more about the quality of your experience than the quantity of years you've been alive on the planet, in my opinion. So we don't put the year, but I listed some activity. If someone, let's say that they were also in choir, we can resonate together on that. And here are a few licenses and certifications. And oh gosh, I'm eating my words. So it's so funny. The American Council of Hypnotherapist Examiners, they don't, this is their official page, but they don't have an image. So if you feel like going the extra mile, you can message them and say, hey, would you be open to updating and putting your logo on there? But in the case of, I've had clients, that company is kaput, doesn't even exist anymore. So then it is what it is. You just do what you can. And I have my volunteer experiences here and different key skills. You can't even ask for endorsements. I haven't done that, as you can tell, with these couple of skills. Recommendations are where it's at. So, for example, I spoke at an automotive summit last year and got testimonial from based on my experience mentoring and speaking. Then there's an example here of when I completed my work on the board of a nonprofit, then I was able to ask for a recommendation. Sometimes people are busy, sometimes they don't remember exactly what you did. So this is a great opportunity if they are really busy to say, hey, I can draft up a few speaking points, or I can even draft up the whole thing, and then you're welcome to tweak as you see fit. And when it comes to interests, your top voices, you want to have people that you wouldn't mind being associated with, would not mind being associated with Brene Brown, for example. And when it comes to recommending, you think you should be sending a request every year, at least, but it's a matter of how many you'll actually get. That could be a little different. What you want to do is focus more on the job. If you've been at a certain job or had a certain client, there comes a point in time where you don't need to wait until the relationship is totally over. What you can do instead is when you have a big win. So, for example, after I presented at this conference, pretty much the next day, I asked, hey, would you be open? While it was really fresh in her mind. And then actually with YPOSF, I did ask for that recommendation, not after I was totally out of there, but I think I had stepped down and I was about to go to one of their events for pretty much the last time as a board member. So the sweet spot was in between because I wasn't gone yet. I was still top of mind. Because sometimes when you completely are done with a client relationship and it's like, well, bye, good luck, great, then it's not as top of mind for them to write something for you. So find that sweet spot where it's towards the end, but not after completion, right? So these are some basic tips to get you started. However, there are some other best practices I've implemented over the years, both consciously and without even realizing it until I became conscious of them. And right now, I'm sitting at almost 5,000 followers on LinkedIn. And if that's a number that you would like to see for yourself as well, I can help you get there. So if you're interested in a speaker one sheet audit or a LinkedIn audit, going into more depth, go ahead and let me know. I'll provide links down below so that you can inquire. And I'd love to hear what you found most helpful in this LinkedIn best practices profile video. There are more tips where this came from, but I trust that this will get you started. You know that you would like to optimize not just your LinkedIn, but your speaker one sheet. I actually have another video focused on speaker one sheet, so I'll go ahead and link that below so that you have the opportunity to check that out as well, because I'm all about helping you optimize your online presence to help you get those opportunities that are in person. All right, wishing you a great day. Until next time.